just think about the wrestling more, just positions, how I can improve. The loss happened, wins happen and losses happen, so no real sense of looking back on them unless you're just trying to learn.
Would your victory, your world championship right after that, would have happened had you won that, you think? Would it have changed any of that?
I don't really think it would have changed any of it. I was just, I mean, I was a good wrestler at the NCAAs, but just put a good summer of work in and continue to improve, and then saw that at the Worlds.
You talk about learning how to improve. How can you improve at this point? What can you add to your game?
He scored 2 points on me, you know, so there's things to improve and set up my shots a little bit better, finish a little bit better, wrestle through positions. I know a lot of wrestling, but sometimes it's harder to do it out there than it is in the practice room. So mentally just keep pressuring myself to compete like I do in the practice room out here on the real live mat. And Coach Terrell, Coach Jaggers, Tom Ryan, Ralph, Zadek all do a good job of forcing me to do that.
Kyle, they'll be wondering, are you getting enough competition within this country? What do you think about that? Is there enough people to challenge her, or do you have to go internationally to get better?
I would think there's good competitors here, but I learned the most overseas. And we just had the guy who placed bronze in my weight class in 2015. He was here from Ukraine training in Columbus the whole month of May. So we're going to have to start doing that more often, bring guys over from Europe. I go over there for an extended period of time, but I learn a lot by wrestling people who are really good. So that's where I learn the most and the quickest.
As much as you like to wrestle and compete, the sit-out is an advantage position. Do you like it, or would you?
Yeah, I love the sit-out.
Yeah?
If I don't have to, I'll never wrestle in a U.S. Open. I'll never wrestle in a World Team Trials mini tournament again in my career, if I can.
So obviously there are great wrestlers around the world. Wrestled plenty of them. One of them's coming up to see this summer. What do you know about Snyder and how are you getting ready for him?
I watched him wrestle a lot. I know a lot about him. I know a lot about his technique and the way he competes. I like watching him, not really to scout, but to just learn from him, pick up some of his things. And I'd be doing the same thing I'm always doing, surrounding myself with good coaches and good training partners. This is the best time. You know, this is kind of the tournament I get the most nervous for, because if I lose, then it's like, man, what do I do with my summer? You know, I was planning on competing and training really hard, so I'm glad I'm on the team now, and I'll guarantee I'll do everything I possibly can to be ready for any challenger there is in the world. I'm prepared. I will be prepared. So
you said you had a Ukrainian guy over here working. Do you communicate with a lot of these international guys as well?
Yeah.
Sort of like the Dave Schultz used to back in his days?
For sure, but it's probably easier because I can just message him on Instagram rather than learning Russian. So I message anybody who I think's good. If they have a Twitter and Instagram from overseas, I just message them, say, hey, you want to train in America with me? And a lot of them say yes. So, and then it's just about Coach Ryan trying to help me get these guys over, which he always does.
Did you have the answer to that question of what you would do if the World Championships weren't in the equation?
Man.
You know what you would have done?
Be angry, be upset, because not that I lost, but just because I can't compete for the United States, and I love wrestling in the World Championships. It's the toughest event there is, so that's a challenge I like.
There is a junior world champion, a guy who's on the junior world team from Ohio State, Colin Moore.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Your weight class.
Yeah.
You work out with him. Could he be your biggest competition within this country someday? He's only a year younger than you.
Yeah, he's very, very tough. I mean, Ohio State, the room is Colin Moore, Miles Martin, Chase Singletary, Kevin Snyder, Bo Jordan, Terrell. So we have a lot of good upper weights, but I really like having a real good mix of guys I can go with. Colin's definitely going to be someone who's going to be competing in the senior levels soon. So bringing guys overseas helps everybody.
How often does your brother get you? How often does he take you down?
Man, it took him a while. I don't give takedowns to anybody. So if you get a takedown on me, you earned it. And but he's gotten some, which took him a while. But he's getting better and stronger, so proud of him. He's gotten some. I don't know what the ratio is. I try to keep it as low, 0 point whatever.
You ever wrestled in Paris before?
I've wrestled in Nice, France. I've never wrestled in Paris, but
Looking forward to it?
very much so.
right.
Can't wait.
You definitely are.
Thanks.
Do you ever want to learn international languages?
I've tried to learn Russian like 5 times. I'll pick up something and then I'll try to learn the piano. I took lessons for a while, stopped. Try to learn Russian. Ball Rosetta Stone, stop. So kind of only thing I really stick with is wrestling. So.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.